Good morning, everybody. We are light at the start. If it is our tradition, we will be filling in as we go, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in because we're doing a market update today, and there's a lot, it's an interesting sort of thing. So, guys, welcome aboard. So, and I think we are live on YouTube now, so hello to the people at home, all one or two of you. So, good deal.
Yeah. Packed in here.
I've already started. It's we've already begun.
Wow.
So cool. Well, hey, let's jump right into events and announcements. Team leader role play. So this week, I would love to see this start to be something we start to get some steam behind. As you'll see when we go through the market update, the business is in your database. 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 If you're looking for sales somewhere else, they're not there right now. And I'll go through some of that today. But so team leader role play, 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to be going through just those scripts, just getting used to making calls, connecting with your database, connecting with your sphere of influence, because that is where the business is. It's nowhere else right now. I want to shake people sometimes. The business is in your database. So that's going on tomorrow. Team leader role play at 9 a.m. Hey, Brandon. Cool. Like I said, the business is, hey, look at that. The business is in your database. And I will die on that hill. So the business is in your database. Hey, free financial education at IVAR. This is Thursday, July 13th. Mary Brown Edwards wanted you to know about this. They've got some financial planners and various advisors coming in to help you. So tax planning strategies, money scripts, and assessment on the 4 core money beliefs, and real estate IRA. So if you would like to retire someday, something you need to be thinking about. I'm doing the 8 Weeks to Wealth course right now with Keller Williams. The first day of the course, we've just done one day, they gave me a 5-page assessment. And you're supposed to mark like yes, no, I don't know. Or like on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? And it was horrifying. I 5 pages of no, oh crap. One of the things we decided to do after doing the 5 pages of horrifying assessment was we're taking my 18-year-old off of our insurance, getting him his own auto insurance policy, giving him his car, because I don't want him to get in an accident and people to come after my assets. Things you have to think about. So financial education important. Take a look at that. Yes.
I emailed everybody the link to, they said they wanted RSVPs. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So RSVP
I
that.
think it's the 10th you had the RSVP.
Huh? By the 10th?
Yeah.
Well, they'll
Probably still take it. So take a look and RSVP if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Good. And this is an event we're really excited about. We're partnering with Secure Choice Lending on and a number of other people. Susan Sanderson, Vanessa Navarro, transaction coordination, Kristen Snyder from Westmont Village, and Michelle Polish from Polish Insurance. We're calling it She Builds Wealth. And what you see here is just an incredible panel of powerhouse women in the industry. Mary Baez-Wagner, Alice Beachel, Suzanne Hove, Marnie Jimenez of Grove Realty, Jules Farmer, Rachel Noel Coldwell Banker, and Carrie Janikowski of KJ Realty. So this is going to be a great event. What we would love your help with is A, we want you there. It's going to be an incredible mastermind with these ladies. And B, we'd love you to invite your friends in the industry too. This is something we're doing for the whole industry. That's why we're doing it at Secure Choice. So mark your calendars, tell your friends, send an email out to your sphere of influence, realtors in your life. We'd love for them to be a part of this. And Mary and Benton will be hosting that and emceeing that as well. So talk about a powerhouse. If you don't know Marion's story, ROP, Marion started as an agent part-time. You know, when the kids started school, she found she had time on her hands. Started selling real estate, very quickly became a mega agent, then went to an assistant manager at Coldwell Banker, then to a manager at Coldwell Banker, and then they opened the first Keller Williams in their region. And she now has ownership in multiple regions for Keller Williams and owns the Inland Empire region for Keller Williams, owns 3 market centers. It is an incredible real estate story. So talk about a powerhouse. So yeah, if you can be there, July 26th. And then Alice will be offering 100 Days to Greatness. This is the Buffini training, starts August 16th. It'll be here in the Riverside Market Center. Alice and Brent will tell you this is the secret to their success. $495 gets you the class and a number of other benefits. So talk to Alice for more information or scan the QR code.
You get $100 off if you are heard of NAR.
Yeah, your nerd number.
NARD.
Nard's number is not good. Your nerd number.
Yeah.
Anyway. There you go, your nerd number, which is also a bad acronym. I mean, it's like, come on guys, let's work on something there. Cool, and then, all right, let's talk about our listings. So coming to market, we've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath from David Borja and the Restory team. That's a Kevin Allen, David Borja collaboration. I love that.
Yeah, because
Um,
Spanish speaker.
There you go.
So,
And Kevin No Habla Español. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,927 square feet, $410,000, and that is in Hemet. So,
It's a good price.
yeah, 410 in Hemet's not bad. So, and that looks like a pretty decent neighborhood too. So, that one will not last long for 2,000 square feet,
I
400,000.
closed one that was smaller than that for 425
Yeah.
and had it, or
Absolutely.
sent them the same way.
So talk to David, talk to Kevin to get more information if you want to get your clients in. My guess is they probably already have offers on it. So let's see.
That looks like a 55 plus, I think.
Is it a 55 plus?
I don't think so,
I don't
because one
think
next
so.
to it's not.
Doesn't look like it.
Thornton?
Could be. I don't know.
yeah, I think we already got a lot of.
David's on the other side of that wall. You want to grab him? I mean, I know he's here right now. So we've got a just listed 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,500 square feet for $550 from Maria Magana. This is on 13th Street in Riverside.
It's a duplex.
And it's a duplex. A
Yes.
duplex for
For
$550?
$550? That's, I was gonna say, I can double check,
What's
but.
the-
But is it
what's the
two bedroom, one bath on
like-
one side or on both sides?
No idea, but even if it is, it's still a steal. So
Yeah.
talk to Maria for more information. That one, because if you've got 2 units at $550, that's probably going to pencil as an investment. So talk to Maria. All right. I might give her a call myself. Just listed 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1920 square feet, 380,000 in Avenida Hacienda in Riverside. From Carlo, this is a mobile home. But again, 380 entry point to the market, great price, 3-bedroom, 2 baths.
For that one, you gotta be careful because it's 1976. So
Uh-huh.
if it's a mobile home, you gotta have special financing if it's
Right.
under the amount.
Or you need cash,
Yeah.
right? And depending on it though, cash coming in might be a good investment if you need an exchange, so. All right, we've got a just lit, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, another 1,900 square feet. Okay, there, no, it's very close, right?
Is that right square feet,
It was
Darlene?
1920, 1902. This one is $450 from Darlene Wright on Cuyamaca Place in Apple Valley. Darlene, welcome back. Tell me about your listing here.
So it is 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. It's fully solar paneled and it's fully paid
Wow.
off.
Wow.
Yes.
So
And
paid
it's
off
on-
solar for $450?
Paid off solar for $450, and it's on a half-acre lot.
Wow. It is in Apple Valley, but still, wow.
Mhm.
So that's definitely one that you want to be talking about. So there's a couple of these properties right now I would be social mediating, right? This one, definitely, if we've got the information right, that would be a social media post on my part. I would want to go talk about this one too on social media as opportunities. This is also a phenomenal opportunity. Where's that Hemet? Yeah, come on now. Right, so every single one of these is one I'd be telling my sphere, I'd be calling my people, I'd be saying, who do you know is trying to get a foothold in the market, or is looking for a great investment opportunity? We've got it in our office right now. So, more information. And then Sam, do you have the, can we get the slides of these out to everybody? Or where do they find these listings if they want to go do social media posts on this?
Well, so you can find them on your MLS.
Search
So
our office
You
on the
have our
MLS.
office codes. I can send everybody our office codes. I know I
Yeah.
sent it to you. Have you been using
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I haven't lately, but it's
Yeah, you just
helpful.
put it in where it says office listings and you can pull up every
Love it.
listing in our office.
Yep, I've actually got a saved search on mine that just gives
Yeah.
me a little email every time we list one in our office. You can do the same thing. And again, that is your talking points for your conversations in your database. Good, and then we've got a coming soon. This is from the Kevin Allen team. 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 2,449 square feet for $688 in Riverside. Looks like a beautiful one there. And good, that brings us to our content for the day. I wanted to do our market update because we are seeing some interesting things in the market right now. And so if you didn't see, I recently did a Riverside County market update on my social media. You can find that on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook. But what we're going to do today is take that county-wide update, look a little bit more at our markets here at Keller Williams Riverside. One of the things I did want to point out is that last month in June, Keller Williams Riverside was number 2 in the region for KW. We profit shared $9,146. So congratulations to you guys. That's only possible because of the work that you're doing. You are beating the market with your production. So good work on that. Love seeing that. And I also like looking at the other market centers in the region and saying, yeah, we beat you.
Number one is. So
Number 1 was Redlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
And I like Redlands. I don't like them that much. Yeah, they're yeah, Redlands. Our neighbor market center are our cousins to the east. So, good deal. Well, hey, here is Riverside County's total sale numbers. And what I want to kind of point out here is there were 2,932 total sales in June in Riverside County. Now, that number is important because what that tells me is there were 2,932 opportunities in Riverside County. How many do you need, right? And that's really the question mark, because we can talk about the market's down, we can talk about the market's this, we can talk about the challenges or that, or we can talk about the fact that there were 2,932 people who raised their hands and said they wanted to sell a home and actually did it. There were also 2,932 people who said I need to buy a home, raised their hands and actually did it. So that tells me that there were roughly, what, like 6,000 opportunities, right? Okay, how many do you need? 4? Okay, so what's the percentage? See, that's the mindset we've got to get. Like, if there's that many opportunities and I only need 3, then my percentage of the total pie is small. I just got to get it. It also tells me there's abundance around me, right? There's still a ton of business going on. Now, we are down 17% from 22, and the average number of sales, 2017 through 2023, would be 3,826. So we are about 1,000 sales off the average. What you're going to hear, the narrative you're going to hear is, oh my gosh, it's so down. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. What I want you to focus on is that we're still close to 6,000 opportunities to sell a house last month in Riverside County alone, right? Now, I also know this office does business in Orange County, and it also does business in San Bernardino County, and also does business in LA County, and also does business in San Diego County. So let's tell you, there were plenty of opportunities. And that's what we got to focus on. Because the people who will lose in this industry over the next couple months are the ones who will focus on the challenge, not the opportunity. There's always opportunity. Even in a down market, there's always opportunity. Total sales. The other thing I want to point out just real quickly, we're down about 1,000 sales from the average. Now, in a normal market, down 1,000 sales would mean inventory is building up. That is absolutely not the case. We'll see those numbers in just a second. But to the consumer, they're going to hear that sales are down, and in their mind, they're thinking that that probably means that prices are dropping. We'll get to that data in a second, but you just need to be aware that those are the questions and the objections and the things that are in the mind of the consumer. They're saying, well, it's a slowdown in sales, so I should probably wait. Wrong, right? That's absolutely wrong in this market. So just to kind of get in those numbers a little granular, City of Riverside in June, we had 233 sales. That's down 15% year over year. Moreno Valley, we had 103 sales, down about 31% year over year. Norco, 17 sales. Norco's like this big. 32% year over year. And Rupa Valley, 34 sales, down 30% year over year. So we can say roughly the market's down about 30% year over year. That means June versus June. However, still a lot of sales, right? So if there are only 233 sales in Riverside, that means there were 600 something sales or 700 something sales, right? Does that make sense? Are you with me? 666 sales opportunities just in Riverside. There were 206 opportunities in Moreno Valley. There were, I don't know, 17 times 2 in Norco. I can't do math.
34.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, good. It's too hard for me. Okay. And then Rupa, you had 68. So I only do even numbers. That's one of the things I do. So there's opportunity, right? And like I will say over and over again, the opportunities in your database. So this I wanted to go out a little bit longer. This is Riverside County. These are new listings. This is June 23. In Riverside County, 2,755 people raised their hand and said, I want to sell a home in June. That's Riverside County alone. Now, the average from and I went way back on this, but the average from 2014 to 2022 is 4,432. So we are down significantly from the average. What I wanted to point out on this graph is there is a pattern here. What are we seeing? Yeah, somebody tell me what I'm seeing. I see valleys and I see hills. What do those represent? Everyone want to tell me?
Shifts,
Shifts? What kind of shifts?
it's like an upshift and then it kind of adjusts itself
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it just goes up again, so,
yeah. Now what we're looking at, yes,
Seasonal?
we're looking at seasonality.
yeah.
Absolutely. You will see that in January every year, you've got a steep valley, right? That's pretty much consistent every January, except the 2020s. It was a little confusing, but still there's some seasonality there, just not as extreme. What I want to be aware of is that trend continues into 2023. We're still seeing seasonality. You'll notice January of 2023, we had a steep dip. That also means we had a steep incline into June of 2023. So what we're looking at now is a normal seasonal trend. What you have to be aware of is we're at the peak right now. If this is normal seasonality, we're at the peak of the market right now. Right? Yeah, exactly. Don't focus on the don't focus on the challenge, focus on the opportunity, right? How many possible sales were there? However, what that means to me is we're in a survival of the fittest market. The determined will thrive. The people who will put the work in, the people who will invest in relationships at scale, they are going to do okay in this market. They're going to be fine in this market. And when we come out of this market, they will freaking dominate everyone else. Because the work it will take to be successful here is the work that Keller Williams teaches you to do. Right? Period. We have given you the tools, the systems, and the training to effectively sell real estate in every market. When the market comes back, if you do what you need to do right now, you will dominate the market. You will be one of those agents of legend, right? But it's not going to be easy in the next couple months. It's going to take consistency. Now, the consistency I'm talking about is a consistency of relationship. I say it again, the business is in your database. The business is in your database. The business is in your database. It's also in everyone else's database. And so the people who will do the business are the people who are active in their database. Because your contacts, everybody knows this. Everybody has a friend who's a realtor, right? Right? Your job is to be that friend. Right? So that's where we're going to work. So this is just something to look at. Now, new listings, just to kind of give you a sense of the numbers. Riverside, there were 242 new listings in June. That's down 49% year over year. Mo Valley, 103 listings, down 49% year over year. Norco, 19 new listings, down 35% year over year. And Rupa Valley, it was crazy how uniform it was, down 49% year over year. So this is why when we see sales numbers are down, this is why pricing is not down, right? Because what we're seeing is inventory. We're eating the inventory. So while we had a bump in sales in June, we did not see a bump in new listings, and so we're eating that inventory incredibly fast, right? So just to be aware of. Now, that tells me an important story for my clients. What do my clients need to know? If I have people who are on the fence about selling, what do they need to know? It's a phenomenal time to sell, right? Absolutely. And we'll see that when we get into our cost per square foot in a second. But if you want to sell your house quickly, with the fewest hassles, with the fewest repairs, do it right now, right? If you're looking to downsize and move out of state, it's a perfect time to do that. If you want to take your cash and you want to get into a smaller retirement thing and pay that, perfect time to do that. Don't wait, because right now we're seeing that prices are staying high and that competition is incredibly low, right? Supply and demand is always the chief rule of economics, Rose.
I don't know, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing multiple offer situation.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
time to sell.
Yeah.
Multiple offer situation,
Right.
perfect time to sell.
Yeah.
Now buying, challenging.
Yeah.
Right.
Competition on the listing side,
Yeah.
you meant.
Right. So if I'm selling my home, I don't have a lot of homes I'm competing against. If I'm buying a home, yeah, a lot of competition. They're competing for me, right? So buying side, the story though is good too. Because what's the buyer concerned about?
Mortgage payments and interest rate?
Mortgage payment, interest rate, what else?
The crash.
Yeah. The buyer thinks the market's going to crash. The buyer, because the news has been telling them, market's going to crash, market's crashing. You got markets like Austin, which are crashing, and that's what gets the national headline. But Riverside ain't crashing. right? So that's a story we need to talk to our buyers about too. What's going on in our market? Well, hey, guess what? New listings are down 49%. What that tells me is prices are still going to be high because sales are staying consistent, and we'll see that right now. So our average sales price Riverside County is $730,000, $730,354. Does anyone remember what it used to be in Riverside County?
469.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, $300,000 for a 3-bedroom house. I mean, it's crazy the pricing right now. And this, I love this because as a realtor, I remember when I would a $600,000 listing in Marietta, and I thought I was the cat's ass, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't even know. I'm gonna, like crazy. 730,000 is your average right now, right? Love that. So what that tells me is I don't need to sell that many homes. I mean, I do. I'm gonna sell as many as I can, but the average sales price of $730,000. Well, what's the commission? What's a 2% commission on $730,000?
14.
What's that?
14.
I love realtors, man. They know that math, right? Boom. Yeah. Totally. David had done it before I asked the question. He was like, right, $14,000? Come on now, right? You get 2.5, it's even better, right? So that's good news, right? That's great news. Now, great news. Let's go back. How many opportunities total? About 6,000 opportunities, right? And those opportunities on average are going to make you $14,000. So this is the good news, right? The rest of the market is going to focus on, oh, woe is me, oh, poor me. No, you're focused on, there are plenty of opportunities, and every opportunity is worth more. So I'm going to go get my piece of the pie, right? Because the people in my database are going to know that I'm the person who sells real estate in their world, right? So that's the story we've got to keep telling ourselves. Because the truth of the matter is, the story you tell yourself is the most important story, right? If you don't control that internal narrative, you're going to be, you're dead. You're dead in the water. You've got to wake up every morning and tell yourself 6,000 opportunities just in Riverside. Every single one of those, or the average one of those, is worth $14,000 to me. If I can get 2 of those this month, that's $28,000 I can make this month, right? I only need 2 out of 6,000? Okay, I can do that. I just got to find them. And now it's just math. How many people do I need to talk to this week to get those opportunities? And it's just the fundamentals, right? You can do this. Okay, average sales price, just kind of looking at this a little more granularly. Riverside, city of Riverside, $709,000 in city of Riverside, $709,884. That's up 5% year over year. Okay, that's good news. Mo Valley, 534, 330. That's a little bit down 3% year over year. And the averages can be swayed by what's sold that month, right? So we're going to look at cost per square foot in a second. Norco, we've got 906,353. That's up 9% year over year in Norco. Yeah, and here's the thing. Yeah, go sell houses in Norco. Tarupa Valley, 694, and that's down 6%. But again, does this look like a market that's crashing?
No. Plus it was 20% in 2021, so it's oh.
I know. We just ran up real quick, and so we maybe gave 3 back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't mean, oh my gosh, call the investors, oh my gosh, and we'll look in just a second at the impact of notice of default sales. But this is also good news. Now, even in these markets, there's more to the story, because like I said, individual sales can influence the average quite a bit, particularly when we've got volume down. Like in Norco, when you only had, how many homes sold last month? Like 17, 19 homes? Okay, 1 home has a huge impact on your average. In Moreno Valley, 103, 1 home has a huge impact on the average. So let's look at the cost per square foot. Riverside's cost per square foot is $399 on average. That's up 29% year over year. So while we're looking at the sales price up 5%, the cost per square foot is up 29%, right? So that's telling you something. Sam, what is that telling me? How would you interpret that? It's up. Yeah, absolutely. Mo Valley is down 3%. Again, it can be influenced by what sold that month, but we're seeing it was down 3% year over year on sales. It's down 3% year over year on your cost per square foot. I'm going to watch that market. We might be starting to see a little trend. I'm probably, if I'm me, I'm I am. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna run that number a couple months in a row and see, has it been a steady degrading or is that just a blip, right? But that's gonna inform the way I go do my conversations. Norco is up 18% year over year at 440, and again, that can be individual sales. And then Harupa Valley is up 1% as well. And so it looks like Harupa Valley is down 6% year over year. However, cost per square foot, they're up 1%. So is Harupa Valley really down? Not necessarily, right? It just might be the type of homes that are selling are lower value homes than had sold a year ago, right? Because cost per square foot, they're actually up. So it means the homes that sold are selling at a higher cost per square foot, right? Let's just take a look at that. Again, Norco was up 9%, 18%, 33%, right? So we're seeing cost per square foot across the board is up. So it's, yes.
So if you're talking to a like maybe penny pincher of a client,
Mhm.
would you say that Moreno Valley and Harupa Valley would be a better deal if you were going to have them move to one area over another?
It sort of depends on what they're looking at,
Okay.
right? So if I'm, and again, it depends on the client. If I'm looking at entry-level homes, then I would run those numbers specifically. I would say, the way I would run that out is I would look at, your 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot homes, and I'd compare apples to apples,
Okay.
right? And I'd take a look at that, Riverside versus Harupa Valley versus Mo Valley, and then I can give them a better indication, right,
Okay.
of the price and the cost per square foot. Yes, Sam?
To her point, this becomes a dangerous thing when we start focusing on this stuff.
Oh, yeah?
It's good to know. It's good to know. But that's not the main thing.
Right.
Because if we're gonna start talking about, this is a little bit lower, that's a little bit higher, a little lower, then you get into that conversation and that pulls you away from your main focus. That's good
Mhm.
to know. That's information that you need to know. But your main focus is to go out there and find that opportunity.
Right.
Right, but if someone's saying, where's the absolute most affordable place to buy right now,
That's what.
you can run those numbers, but don't get too, because I'm gonna look at all of them and say, on average, we're up, right?
Right.
If I'm running the average, we're up.
Plus, you can do the pros and cons of why it's more affordable.
Yeah,
It's like, it's a little farther, you're after the 60-215 interchange, and like, so sometimes it dips, but it's gonna be more affordable, so if you're better with your monthly payment and you don't mind the commute, then that's the big pro.
mm-hmm,
Versus Riverside, you'll probably see the appreciation a little bit steadier because of Riverside's established,
Metro
city.
area,
Plus,
yeah.
it's way closer to Corona, which is way closer to Orange County, so like 91, it's,
Mhm.
yeah.
mm-hmm. So there's all of those factors when we're working with the client, but what I want you to see is that we don't have a crashing market. We've got a market that is, if anything, steady. Month over, or year over year, we see a tiny decline in Mo Valley. That's not a crash, and that's not something most people will be worried about. Harupa Valley, same thing. But again, Harupa Valley, we were up prices, right? So all of those things you want to look at. Now, average days to sell, that's just another indicator of what's going on with the market as a whole. In Riverside, in Riverside County, the average days on market was 37 for the entire county. City of Riverside, that was 23. Mo Valley, it was 29. Norco was 32. And Harupa Valley, it was 22. That is an incredibly fast market. So again, what that tells me is I can in good faith say to a seller, hey, we can get you, if we price your home right, it's going to sell probably within the week. Right? Because if the average is 23, that's factoring in those homes that have been on the market 100 and something days, right? So homes that are priced well are selling incredibly quickly. I mean, I didn't run the median here. I think that would be another stat to look at. The median's going to tell us half the homes sold under this and half the homes sold over this. My guess is the median's even lower, right? Because the majority of those homes that are selling over are going to be, that are skewing it, going to be that. So this is our market update. Now notice that this is what I wanted to point out and why I keep saying the business is in your database. The business is in your database. Notice of default sales, right? Notice of default sales we would expect to see in a crashing market, in a declining economy, we would expect to see those flooding the market. These are people who are, they're upside down, they stop making payments, they're in a problem with their mortgage. Now I've been talking to some of our Ignite students and saying, all right, go make your phone calls. And I come back to them and I say, who'd you call? And say, oh, I called 20 people. Who'd you call? Notice of defaults. I'm going to strangle you where you stand. Because in June 23, there were a total of 13 default sales in all of Riverside County. Right? 13 out of how many? So is that, now, am I saying ignore it? No. Should this be your bread and butter? Absolutely not. There's just not enough bread or butter, right? So where's the business? It's in your database. It's in your database, right? Now, so I mean, that's what I'm going to keep saying louder and louder and louder. Your challenge in this market is develop a broad database, right? I would say you want to be looking at 500 minimum in your database. Why do I say that? All right, well, we know statistically speaking, about 6% of the population is going to move this year. That's kind of what they're saying. So 500 times 0.06, that's 30 transactions potential in your database. So if I have 500 people I'm in relationship with, that means I have a potential 30 opportunities in that database. You're not going to get them all, right? So if you only get 50% of them, how many of that? 15, that's math I can do, right? So 15 sales in your database. Okay, good. I'm going to go to fail in my 500 person database. If I fail in my 500 person database, I only get 50%, I still have 15 units. Now, if I can get that database of 500 people to refer me 10% of the time, how many is 10% of 50? 10% of 500, pardon me. 50, that's right, good, 50, right, okay, good. If I can only convert 50% of my 50, how many is that? 25, right? So now I have, what, 40 potential sales there? Is anybody going to be unhappy with that? They're there. The sales are there in your database. It's just not instant. So you may have to call through your database a little bit more than you would have in a traditional year. You may have to touch your database a little bit more than you would in a traditional year. You may have to be a little more active in promoting your social media content, all those things in a traditional year, but the business is still there. The good news is a lot of the competition will not be here 12 months from now. A lot of the competition will not be here 12 months from now. A lot of those, well, my brother's a realtor. He won't be anymore. Right? A lot of those, my aunt sells real estate, she won't be anymore. I'm analyzing real estate brokerages right now. There's a lot of them that will not be here. Right? So here's the deal. The business is in your database. You have to be systematically growing that database. You know, in our Ignite program, we tell you to have 10 contacts a day over the course of Ignite. That's something like 50 contacts a week, 50 contacts a week over the course of 6 weeks. That's a lot of contacts. You're going to run out of people to talk to, right? So what do you need to do? Go get more people. Contact them again, right? How can I bring value? And the question becomes now, not how many times can I badger the people in my life, it's how can I bring value this month? How can I bring value this month? How can I bring value this month? Such as, when they think about real estate, they think about me, because 6% of the population will move this year. In my database, that's probably about 30 people. In their database, their world, it's probably about 15. How do I get them to think of me when that happens? Cool. Any thoughts?
How do they come up with the 6% of people would be moving?
Census Bureau. I mean, that's just where I've seen it from, just the Census Bureau data. Right. So, yeah, could it be smaller? Could be. I mean, could it be more? Could be. My guess is in California, I wouldn't be surprised if the 6% number is true, but I think there's a lot of population movement, right?
Is there a way of coming up with a percentage as to homeowners that actually have, like they're, you know, those that actually refi, took out some capital and have a low mortgage interest rate?
I don't know, Brett, is there a way that we can find out the interest rate or how much that, you know, who refied recently?
Yes, we can. We can do interest rates by date, a date range.
Right.
So basically, we can pull deeds of trust that recorded during the date range.
Right.
So you're guessing. We do have a criteria for hard money. So if some people are in hard money loans, they have a higher interest rate, so that's something we can pull too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at your farm, for instance, if you're having a geographic farm, and you see that 70% of homeowners refi in the last 3 years, chances are they're going to be locked. where I'd be looking for opportunities is then I would do the same, I'd do the same search, except I'd look for length of home ownership, right? Who's been in that home for 30 years, right? Those people are more than, and I was talking to one of our Tyler reps, I can't remember who it was, I don't think it was you this time, but the number of people in our local area here who are in that 30+ years is overwhelming, right? So that's definitely, because what's fueling moves right now? Life events, right? Yes.
I was just literally gonna say that. You talked about like notice of default, but one of the things that I think has been really helpful in mindset is, it started with 3 Ds, now we're up to 7 Ds, but death, deployment, divorce, degrees, diapers, I do's, like life events, I categorize them as the 7 Ds, but you can look for those life events, and if you are friends with, or not friends, but if you work closely with the title person, some of that is literally public knowledge. You can see who files for divorce. You can see who has been in a 3+ bedroom house for over 30 years and is considered an empty nest, downsizing, that's another D. But you can see all of those things through titles. So why not specifically go over those groups of people, because people are not necessarily moving because they want to, it's because they have to.
Right.
And so that's definitely a strategy that I think has been helpful if you're looking for lists to call.
Absolutely. And now I'm going to say though, if I'm looking for these life events people, and I get a list from Brett or from First American, and it's people who file for a divorce, right? And I call that list, that's not as powerful as my friend said, hey, my cousin's going through a divorce, they need someone to help them. Would you reach out? Does that make sense?
Right.
It's still the same life event. So yes, if you run out of people, that's fine. But our goal is constantly to be building that database, building those relationships. So yeah, every avenue right now, right? But if you are ignoring that database, you are giving business to other people who are willing to work in that database, because they're going to call your database based on a list they got from Title Rep. Make sense? Cool.
Well, and just look at that through your social media. Who had a baby? Who got engaged? Who, like, celebrate the people that are going through
Absolutely.
things that are transitional periods of their
Right.
life.
What just happened in like massive amounts just recently?
Congratulations.
Graduations? Absolutely. What else?
Weddings.
Weddings, absolutely. Summer
Wedding
season. Yeah. I just heard divorces. I hope not.
After COVID, there
Yeah.
was.
There was a ton of those,
People
yeah.
were either needed offices in their house or they needed to get.
But just like there's seasonality for us here, guess what? In the wedding industry, same seasonality,
Mhm.
right? Their business looks exactly like ours, right? So you could be having those conversations. So, same thing in retirement industry. Typically teachers, state employees, right? Boom, retirements. So things we want to be thinking about. Cool. Any other thoughts, feedback, reactions? Yes?
Is it possible to get a copy of that graph?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I want you just to be aware of, though, on your MLS, there's a tab that's stats. That is 100% where I'm pulling from right now.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. I should do a class on just how to use that tab, because it's very informative. Yes, okay. Cool. Any other thoughts before we sign off today? All right, so what's your next step? Call your database. Oh my gosh, thank you. And build it. Right? You might say, well, I only have 200 people in my database. No, you don't. You just only have the contact information for 200 people in your database, but you probably have another 300 people on social media in a relationship with. And then we go through the whole, well, but they're out of state, or well, they're this, that, or whether, no, dude, you're your sphere, right? And so is it worth calling a person who lives out of state? Yeah, because a 30% referral from out of state is even better, right? Or my friend, oh yeah, my grandpa's getting ready to sell his house in Newport Beach, is even better, right? And so your whole world right now, you are a regional company. You're part of an international company, right? Right now in my world, I've got somebody who's thinking about moving to Colorado Springs. You better believe I gave them my app, we're having conversations, I search for homes for them, all of that, right? Because I'm not going to miss anything in this market. We should not be missing anything in this market, all right? You are their real estate advisor wherever they want to be. So that's the conversation. Any other thoughts? All right. Well, hey guys, I hate to break it to you, there is no lunch today. We have no sponsor. I know, it's just people throwing over chairs, you know. And that was when they burned Keller Williams Riverside down. No, so there's no lunch today. So here's what I want you to do. Find somebody here in the Market Center, connect with them, go get lunch if you want to, but make a commitment to each other that you guys are gonna be the winners in this market. That we're gonna take market share right now. Because a lot of those brokerages that are out there are going to fade. And over the last 3 years, any model in this industry worked. But now is the time when the fundamentals matter. Now is the time when what we teach here makes a difference. And so if you haven't been through Ignite in a while, get back in Ignite, get back in the fundamentals. If you're out of the habit of lead generating every single morning, calling in conversations, get in here tomorrow morning at 9, we'll do some role play, we'll warm you up, we'll get you out there, we'll get you ready to do that. Listen to Christina make phone calls sometime, right? How many did you guys close last month?
I had 5 personally, and you had 1.
5-1. Okay, yeah, six closings. Can't wait for awards this month. It's gonna be so much fun. And they all closed in a week, right?
I had 3 close in a week.
It was unbelievable. I called Mary the other day and I said hi, and she was like, "I'm at lunch with the girls celebrating." I'm like, "You should be." Anyway.
Oh, we're celebrating her 1 year too.
There you go. Very cool. All right. So hey, go connect with each other. Go make some calls in your database. Let's win together. This is our market. This is the time when Keller Williams takes advantage of what Keller Williams is. Don't miss it. Use everything at your disposal. Thanks, guys. Cool.
I was